Hi everybody, this is my first attempt at a YouTube video, so try not to judge too harshly. We'll figure out the aesthetics later. Um, my name is Annie, and I am from Florida, and I have seen a ton of people doing video journal type stuff lately. Just about general life, as well as trying to conceive, business, you name it, people are doing video journals on it. So I figured, you know what, why don't I get on that train? Let's do that too. So here it is, at least the first attempt at this. So, like I said, my name is Annie. I live in Florida. I'm 19 years old, and I have been married for 8 months now. My husband and I met a little under 2 years ago in an online chat room, which kind of not the coolest way to tell people that you met, but whatever, it happened and it worked out really perfectly. So here we are. We just moved into our first apartment this last week, so a lot of new things, changes going on in my life. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is our TTC, which is trying to conceive journey. Right when we started talking, we both knew pretty quickly that we wanted a pretty large family, like at least 4 children, and so we knew that we would want to get started trying to conceive pretty quickly. We've been TTC for 15 months now, as of June. It's quite a ride. If you've ever had issues conceiving, or even if you haven't, you just took a little while longer than what you expected or whatever, you know firsthand that it is maybe not the funnest journey out there. It is trying. It makes you grow as a person, though. I've become far more patient and far more understanding since we started this journey, and as much as I wish that we already had a baby, it is still nice to know that this has been a great period of self-discovery for me and my husband. And we've made so many friends along the way in the TTC community. So I just can't thank y'all enough for helping us out and leaning on me for support and letting us lean on you for support as well. I had 2 miscarriages when I was in high school, and ever since the second one, my body never really got back to normal. I never had a regular cycle on my own ever again after that. It's been nearly 3 years since my last miscarriage, and still things are all out of whack all over the place, which is super frustrating, and we're just hoping that sometime soon we can find a doctor to help us figure out what we can do as naturally as possible. I guess you could say we want to stay away from drugs and things like that. Like, the most that we're willing to do is supplements in that department. We're not trying to put more chemicals into our body. That just seems really counterproductive when you're trying to create a safe environment for a baby to grow and develop in. So that's where we're at right now. We both are young, healthy. There's not really any explanation so far from our doctors or anything, research that we've done ourselves, that we can find that really would make sense as to why this is happening. I had a doctor not too long ago say, well, I think you have PCOS, but you're really young, so don't worry about testing. We'll diagnose it when you start trying to get pregnant. She didn't really listen to me at all. I told her at the beginning of this conversation, my husband and I are ready to start trying to get pregnant, and she just kind of brushed it off. Oh, you're way too young. And that in itself is a huge challenge. Finding a doctor and a support group who will take you seriously when you are so young, trying to conceive. Because so many people just don't realize, when you want a larger family and you only have like 15 fertile years in your life anyway, you really do need to get started a little bit sooner than most people would think is normal. I'll be 20 in November, and I would like to be done having kids by the time I'm 30. So we're at this point where our kids are either going to be really close together or we're not going to have as many children as we want, which I think that would absolutely just break my heart. I'm one of 2 kids in my family. My husband is an only child, and we both just have this place in our hearts for a large family. I don't know why that is really. It just is something that I think God has really put on our hearts, is that we are supposed to be parents to a larger number of children than what is conventional at this time. And I mean, if we end up not being able to conceive at all, or if we can only have 1 or 2 on our own before we run out of time, so to say, on the biological clock, we would completely be open to adoption in order to grow our family. That's not something that's ever been out of the question. It's just a matter of, we are both young and healthy. We both would like to try and do this ourselves, the old-fashioned way, try and just get her done. And so far, not any success. We haven't even had any faint positive pregnancy tests since we've been trying, so that's a little disheartening, to say the least. And it's just difficult being so young and being, so driven towards this one specific goal that we both have. It's not many people understand where we're coming from when we tell them, it's better to get it out of the way now, bring up your kids while you're still young and full of energy. That's just always how I've seen it, why have kids when you're so much older? Because then you're shipping them off to the nanny or to the grandparents or the friends or whoever all the time, because you just don't have the energy to keep up with them. And from my own personal experiences in life, as well as horror stories that I've heard from dozens of other people, childcare is not something that I'm interested in. I already am working towards becoming a stay-at-home mom because I just don't feel safe putting my children in anybody else's care, which kind of circle back around. That's why, a big reason why we wanted to start so young, is so that we do still have the energy to do these things and to bring up these kids on our own as successfully as possible. Wow, that was a mouthful. So, other than the TTC, I am a Plexus ambassador, and I'll put a link in the bio of this video so that y'all can check out my website, see what it's about if you've never heard of it. Basically, it's a health and wellness company, and I am a distributor of sorts. People ordered their products from my website, and not gonna get into that right now. I absolutely adore network marketing. I buy a lot of things, makeup, oils, all sorts of things like that from other friends who are in network marketing companies. I'm all about supporting small business owners, and I'm all about buying direct, especially when the products are made here in the US. I feel like getting away from corporate America is really something that's going to be beneficial for us in the generations to come. It seems that corporate America, as far as these large corporations, have just kind of let us be their guinea pigs, and they're just pumping us full of things that they know aren't very good for us. They're pumping us, pumping all this information in, like, oh, you absolutely need these types of things, when in reality we can either make these things on our own or figure out a better way to do it. So that is a large reason why I am a part of network marketing, as well as the financial stability that can provide. I believe it's like USA Today or something like that. They just said recently that the only recession-proof career choice is to be in network marketing. So I feel like I have made the right career choice there. And I'm very excited to see what the near future holds for that. We have big changes coming within the company and within my team specifically, and I can't wait to share those with y'all. Apart from that, I am working towards becoming a farmer, and I would like to open my own animal rescue and sanctuary. Clearly, that's a little bit further down the road. Kids are kind of our number one priority right now, aside from taking care of ourselves and what we already do have. So, I mean, that's pretty much the basic gist of what's going on in our lives, who we are, what we're about right now, what our long term is. And if y'all have any questions, please feel free to comment, or if you know me on social media, shoot me a message or whatever. See me in person, feel free to ask me. I am a super open person. I'm not going to have any issues answering any of your questions. Just let me know what kind of stuff you want to hear more about, and I will be more than happy to let you guys in on some of our life, in whatever aspect that may be. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that this is a continual thing here, this YouTube video journal process. But yeah, thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you later. Bye.